It's the moment we all been waiting for. Welcome to tonight's running of the Phillips All-Star Race live here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway in Concord, North Carolina. Let's give you the starting rows for tonight's All-Star Race. On the pole, we got Cameron Yates, Hayden Klein, Dom Capps, Zach Colbert, Anna Gregg, Colin Cropley, Jack Richards, Tyson Verlander, DJ Kirker, Billy Bishop, Sean Galligan, Zach Cole, Ken Johnson, Kyle Malone, Robert Piet, Joshua Fitzgerald, Anderson, Jackson, Lauderer, Daly, Rochester, Ogo, Volt, Phillips, Ingelam Liana, Duncan, Holt, Daly, and Hernandez. That's your starting lineup for tonight's Phillips All-Star Race. Whoa! That was weird. The moment we all been waiting for is finally here. A no-points duel in North Carolina. It's all about winning that cool million here at Charlotte Motor Speedway. It's been a busy day for the Phillips Nationwide Series, coming off a race at Mallory Park over in Europe. We're back in the States now for tonight's running of the Phillips All-Star Race. So we are on our final event for the evening, and then we'll get a break for a couple of days and we'll be back in action. Pace cars off. Ladies and gentlemen, 20 laps of hold your breath racing for that cool million. The Phillips All-Star Race live from the Charlotte Motor Speedway is green. Some of these guys got in on fan votes. Some of these guys were locked in to tonight's All-Star Race. Cameron Yates coming off a win at Rockingham. He locked in. Anna Gregg coming off a win at Mallory Park earlier today. Got locked in. Most of these guys were pole sitters, point leaders, and so on and so forth. Nick Duncan and Jackson Phillips got in on the fan vote, so they are in tonight's All-Star Race. Dom Capps, your pole sitter from Daytona, he got locked in. Anna Gregg is locked in virtue of the win at Mallory Park earlier today, and we got 3 wide action. This is not going to work. This is just like Texas. They're bouncing off each other. And Kirker comes up the track right in front of him, and we're wrecking. Jackson, Richards, oh, and a hard hit there. Oh, man. Tough break for Richards, Fitzgerald, and Moore. They will not be able to finish this All-Star Race, it looks like. First caution of the All-Star Race is out. Let's get a replay here. Alright, 3 wide. We talked about it at Texas prior to Talladega. 3 wide does not work, but it was actually DJ Kirker who came up the track after being forced down to the apron, got into Jackson, Jackson, and he goes around off of Hayden Klein, bouncing off the safer barrier. And a really hard hit there on Verlander. Some of these cars most likely will not be able to finish this race, like Billy Bishop, who took a hard hit on Richardson. So Richardson crashes out of the All-Star Race. Let's get back to the restart. Welcome back. It's going to be Anna Gregg, Dom Capps, Cameron Yates, DJ Kirker, Sean Galligan, Ken Johnson, Robert Piet, Hayden Klein, Colin Cropley, and Zachary Robinson, your top 10. Zachary Robinson got locked in after winning the season opener at Daytona. Robert Piet, Evelyn Lauderer got locked in on wins. Ingelam Liana also got in on the fan vote. So many great faces in this All-Star lineup. The pace car is off. It's going to be lap 7 of 20. And we have our Liftmaster restart here at Charlotte's. Anna Gregg coming off a win at Mallory Park earlier today, looking for another win, and that cool million is on the line for a lot of these drivers. So anyone can win this race. A virtue of the design of this track, as we got Dom Cap going for the point. As you look from the helicopter, looking over the top 3 at Charlotte, top 4 and 5 are side by side. Some news for Season 2 of the Phillips Nationwide Series as you ride aboard. Some news for Season 2. New cars, new paint schemes, and a new design and new manufacturers coming in for Season 2 of the Phillips Nationwide Series. So we'll give you a little preview of that. That's all we're saying for now, as we got Cameron Yates going to the point and leading here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway in tonight's running of the Phillips All-Star Race here from Charlotte. Robert Piet going, and there's Nick Duncan. He got in virtue of the fan vote. You're riding aboard with him. Hayden Klein just in front of him. Hayden Klein coming in to tonight's All-Star Race winless, but he's up there in points, so that's what got him locked into the All-Star Race. You're riding aboard of Evelyn Lauderer coming up a win at Talladega, Martinsville, and Kentucky. So 3 wins on Evelyn Lauderer. You look above the field from the helicopter. Looking from the side, and we got a battle for the lead. Ken Johnson, remember he came home second in the race at Mallory Park. Now they're 3 wide again. Will they make it through all right? So how about this all-star field of 3 abreast at the front? Everyone running close together. So this is a great all-star field. Robert Piet up against the wall. Don't think lap traffic's gonna play a factor just yet. We'll wait on that. You're riding aboard with Robinson, your Daytona winner. Daly and Lauderer are gonna make it 3 wide. Here we go, another 3 wide battle, and it's Daly leading it. Lauderer goes to the point. It looks to be a game of runs. Who's gonna come out with the advantage come that final lap? Cole Daly in prime spot. Some rookies. Oh, we got lap traffic to deal with. This is gonna split the field. The inside line is gonna make it through, but the outside line is gonna get stuck, and that splits the field up. So lap traffic definitely playing a factor. No one out of this race, just 1 car, 1 lap down, and that's Fitzgerald, who actually split the field in half. Evelyn Lauderer, Austin Ogo, and the 24 of David Rochester are battling. So 2 Fords versus a Toyota and a Chevy back there. Remember, Chevy dominance. Nick Duncan back in the field, making up a little ground. Exclusive on board with Nick Duncan in that cockpit. Nick Duncan got in virtue of the fan vote, so congratulations to Nick Duncan making it in tonight's Phillips All-Star Race. Jackson Phillips is also there. He got in on the fan vote. And DJ Kirker up there in point, so he got locked into the All-Star Race. Up in the helicopter again, when we come back here for race number 10. This race number 10 will be the longest race of the season. Don't know how many laps will click off there, but when we get to race 10, that will be the longest race so far. Evelyn Lauderer, Cameron Yates, David Rochester, Austin Ogo, and Zach Cole is your top 5. But so far the field split in 2, but they're starting to make up a little ground, and so is Nick Duncan in that 51. There he is. He's making up some ground, a lot of ground. They're starting to catch the leaders as they come off of turn 4. They're starting to catch the leaders just a little bit, lap by lap, but it's just gonna be too little too late unless we have more lap traffic. And we'll check on that just a moment. Cameron Yates goes back to the point. Nick Duncan behind DJ Kirker. David Rochester going for second, but Aveline blocks him, and lap traffic is going to play a factor again. It looks like. So this could be the deciding point when we get to lap traffic. Could that play a factor in this finish? We'll have to find out. We'll have to wait and see. Aveline Lauderer going back to the point. DJ Kirker, Austin Ogle are 3 wide with Nick Duncan on the bottom. Duncan starting to make up some ground. Lauderer goes to the point, and we are going to have lap traffic again. So lap traffic continuing to plague the field. Is it going to plague Lauderer? No, sir. And how about that? Nick Duncan goes from 6th to 4th. Nick Duncan, 6th to 4th in 1 lap. He's making up some ground. He's in contention to win his first race, but it's a non-points paying race, but it's for that cool million. Who's it gonna be? White flag is out, 1 lap to go. This is the money lap. This is literally the money lap. That cool million's on the line. So who's it gonna be? Nick Duncan goes to the inside. Duncan to the inside. Here we go. Is Cameron Yates gonna pull out? Yes, he is gonna be 3 wide. 3 wide to the line. Who is it gonna be? I am not even gonna call that. That was close. Nick Duncan comes home second. They're showing Zach Cole. They are showing Zach Cole the winner. But that was close, folks. Let's take a replay of that wild finish here at Charlotte. Ladies and gentlemen, it don't get no closer than a 3 wide photo finish here at Charlotte Motor Speedway, and so far it's showing Zach Cole. Yes, sir! Zach Cole. My goodness. How about that? It don't get no closer than that. They're showing 1/1000th of a second as we give you another replay. Man, look how close this finish is. That is incredible. I've never seen a finish like that in a single All-Star event. 1/1000th of a second is the margin. Duncan gets second over Cameron Yates. Aveline Lauderer gets 4th over David Rochester, and Rochester comes home inside the top 5. But the finish of this event is remarkable. 1 for the record books. 1/1000th of a second was the margin, and that is the closest finish in Phillips Nationwide Series competition so far. Zach Cole, Nick Duncan, Cameron Yates, Aveline Lauderer, David Rochester, your top 5. The winner of the Cool Million, Zach Cole. We thank you for watching the Phillips All-Star Race.